All right. Hello, everyone. This is Ursula with Black Girls Getting Their Shift Together. And I am based in Atlanta. And I am a mental health and wellness advocate, self care advocate, all things self care. So, what I'm going to do is we're streaming live right now. But what we're going to do is we're going to simultaneously record the podcast and stream the live at the same time. And we have a very special guest. So I'm going to bring this beautiful lady on right now.
Hello.
Hello, beautiful.
Hi. I'm so excited.
Hello.
Yes.
So, anybody who's listening, please let me know who is on here. Let us know and like, share with your friends, create a watch party. I already see 3 people on already. So,
Awesome.
there's already 4 people. So, what I just want to let everybody know a few things is that we may have a special guest, which is a dog that I'm doggy sitting. So if you all hear him barking, he's just happy and feeling the spirit. Just cheer him on. And
Yes.
also, I have some merch and a website with Black Girls Getting Their Shift Together
Yes.
coming soon. So let's get into the meat of this. My guest today is Latanya Tibbs. So I'm going to give you a little background on Latanya. She's also known as the Miss Unorthodoc, the Nonconformist Healer, who started her path to healing women early in 2012 through her customized womb product line, which is called Smart Self Care Products, and her spiritual healing V stings. V stings are the vagina stings. We'll get into that in a minute. So, through her last 4 years in holistic womb health, the demand for higher level of healing services was also sought after. Latanya decided to get her certification in foot and hand reflexology, Reiki 1, 2, and master energy healing and inner child healing, which I love that, by the way, Latanya. That means a lot. We're going to talk about that soon. So, a few other words. Latanya is also a two-time author with several ebooks in the making. She's already done it in 2019. Her services can be partaken via online or in person. So it's COVID, so we can do online. So there's no excuse. And she's also no stranger to the media because she was also a contestant on Steve Harvey's Thunderdome Business Show on ABC in 2017.
Yeah.
That's just to name a few things. That's extremely impressive, sis.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, tonight's topic, as everyone knows, we got a little feedback. If you can turn something down on your end, I'm not sure what, just a little bit,
Hmm. I don't
but
have
we're
any.
going to work through it. It may be your live stream,
Yeah, mine is completely off.
then it may be my end. Okay, but we'll work with it. So, tonight's topic is walking in your power and purpose. So, Latanya, a few people have already sent me some text on the side, but yes, I'll get to those. But like we discussed earlier, I believe when you walk in your purpose, I feel like you need to really know who you are
Yes.
within before you. It's kind of like running a marathon and you don't know how to crawl yet. You're still a baby, right?
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So to let people let you all know, let me tell you how I met Latanya. First of all, we have a mutual Facebook friend, Derek Jones, and he's pretty dope. His content is unbelievable, and he's the Relationship Gumbo podcast, and that's how I met her through him.
Yeah.
So she was doing a live last Sunday. I'm like speechless even talking about it. It went from her doing a live stream on showing her beautiful yard, just the greenery, the gardens, the pool, and discussing the healing work that she does at her home and online. And then it just went somewhere else. This sister was talking about healing and inner work and walking in power, and how women, how we're so we don't have enough self-validation that we're just okay with crumbs that are given to us. So long story longer, I was listening to it and I was in bed. I was listening so long, my phone was about to die. I hopped on my laptop. I had a bonnet on my head and a robe, and I flung that bonnet off and ran around my condo about 18 times. You were touching me.
I was minding my own business.
You were in a zone, sis.
Yeah, I was.
So, anyways, that's why she's on here today. And it just happened to work out perfectly. Yeah. So one thing you said last Sunday, you were talking about shadow work. So I'm not going to lie. I'm going to tell you. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know, like, there's some hocus pocus stuff. And it was my ignorance. So what I did, I went online and I've done some research.
Good.
So let me tell you what I came up with, and then you let me know your thoughts.
Okay.
So I looked up what does shadow work, doing shadowing, what does that mean? And apparently it came from Carl Jung, and he is a psychoanalyst. Okay. And the shadow, which is the id or the ego, and it's referring to unconscious aspects of your personality, which the conscious ego does not identify with in itself. Okay? Everything which a person does is not fully conscious. So in short, the shadow is the unknown side.
Yes.
Okay. So as I read that, and I was thinking, you know what? Shadow work, so people won't get so freaked out about it. It really is the same thing. How I equate it is when I went to therapy, and it was working on the inner self.
100%.
And it goes to show you, sometimes you just hear something, you just freak out. I'm like, no, but you can do research, and that's what I did. So then I was no longer freaked out about it, because that's therapy.
Yes, it is. 24/7.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you a couple examples that I have researched on what shadow, that personality, and if you can give me your definition. Okay, so let's see. So these are different habits of shadowing. Okay, so one, a symptom of a habit of self-destructive behavior or a shadowing is housing self-defeating mindsets.
Woo! We could do a whole show on that.
Oh, we can go all day on that. Matter of fact, we're going to start with that one first. And then we have failing to take action. Overeating.
Oh, yeah.
Undereating.
Yeah.
Forced incompetence. Going out of your way to harm others. Self-harm, self-pity, drug and alcohol abuse, social suicide, hiding from emotions, refusing to be helped, unnecessary self-sacrifice, spending too much, mental neglect, and sabotaging relationships, sister.
Yeah.
Which one you want to start with, and we will go from there.
Okay, so
One through
I'm gonna
17.
tell you something. You couldn't have, and I'm glad that you, because here's what I'm gonna be brutally honest with you, because the way that spirit likes to flow through me, whatever spirit speaks, I'm going to go there. So I'm glad that you actually took the time to do that, because then that gives balance. But what I will say, I'm going to some shadow work as to the ugly side of you.
Yes.
Period. Now, it's the side that we don't like to admit to, because in our mind, we don't want to believe that we can be that wicked. Yes, we can.
Yeah.
And so the thing that gets me is it does allow you to do things to harm yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Not only that, it basically takes to, and I have to break it down because I have teenage young ladies that I actually coach too. And so I have to break it down in small pieces so they understand it. So what I basically show them is that it's all about you taking your ego, and your ego is on the pedestal, and all it wants is praise. And it does not care who it has to harm, even if it's you, to get its way. But that also stands for edging God out. So God ain't got nothing to do with it. Ain't got nothing to do with it. But that's why, I'm glad that you kind of brought the natural side to it so I can bring the spiritual side. I'm going to tell you right now, it does not allow you to flow in your higher self. What I mean, your spiritual self.
Right.
Parts of your spiritual self dies.
It dies. I believe it dies a death of suffocation.
Yes, it does. Yes,
drowning,
it does.
And we walk in life with our eyes wide shut and have no idea.
None.
And I'm not saying this in a judging way. It's just that if you don't know, you don't know.
Well, see, you gotta also understand, Ursula, a lot of us do that. It can be based on a traumatic childhood. When you're going through any type of traumatic childhood, or having a traumatic childhood, you create a world that you can mentally cope. But see, nobody says, because and I don't know about your household, but I grew up in the church. So most of the time, we're not going through no therapy.
Oh,
that's
no.
the rule. No, we gonna go to church. We gonna pray it away. It ain't going nowhere.
Your cousins don't like therapy, okay, Latanya?
And that's why most of us are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. That's exactly why. But at the end of the day, what happens when you don't do the shadow work? You walking around, and I say this all the time, and if you catch any of my lives, you'll hear me saying this. You walk around as an actor or actress that nobody knows.
Ooh.
Which means your name ain't in the credits. Your name ain't in the lights. The world don't know your name, and you daggone ain't sure ain't getting a check after you finish acting. So you work so hard to keep this up. And so you keep this facade going. Truth be told, it's eating away at your soul.
Yeah.
So if you do not like you, if you got a lot of self-hatred, here's you got to understand. Self-hatred is like a weight. It's like a ball and chain on your ankle. Spirit can't elevate you through all that. And then if we're let's just go all the way in. And then if you're tied or you're connected to somebody you may supposed to be with or you may not supposed to be with, and you got this soul tie going on, that's another weight. So then you never like you spend your entire life keeping this facade up, thinking you're keeping yourself safe. So you're in the inside, but you're actually only really touching people arm's length. And it's like, no, if they get too close, I'm gonna stop them, or I shut down, or I'm gonna do something to harm them.
Right. And that goes back to when you said, which was a perfect example of how people have self-hatred for themselves.
Yes.
It's due to trauma, early childhood trauma, or even middle-age trauma, It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. So what I have learned just from doing some research. So say if someone was oh, matter of fact, perfect example. In a few weeks or in November, I have another therapist, and she wrote a book, and it talked about her childhood trauma and how she is as an adult. And because she didn't know, like, she hated herself, she wasn't saying it, but her actions, her
Yep.
shadow was doing it.
Yeah.
So she was sexually abused, she was emotionally and verbally abused, and she was a motherless daughter. Her mother was a crack addict.
Oh
So
yeah.
with that, she had a very extremely controlling attitude
Mm-hmm.
towards relationships with her kids, her fiance. And she's thinking it's just, well, this is how I am. But just like, no, you didn't have any control as a child. So now that you're an adult, you can't control now as an adult. You put people away. That's self sabotage and self hatred. That goes back to some of the lists that I have, right?
Exactly. And then too, just with her doing that, you got to realize that her husband is not even dating a woman. He's catering and taking care of the little girl.
Right.
That's and see here, this is the sad part about this. Let me tell you what this, because it can even go both either way. He could actually be there or be that special person placed in her life to show her another way where she can actually heal from his love, or she's going to do the inner work, the shadow work, and become a different person, and he ain't going to know who he's married to. So everybody want to be bonded up. Everybody want to be in a relationship. It's like, okay, well, who are you?
Right.
Who are you? Because you got I see a lot of mature physically women, but inside they are whatever age they were when they got touched or when the abuse or trauma happened.
That is the truth. Thank God for her. She is doing the inner work, and he knows he's going through the journey with her. But we will say, yeah, isn't that a blessing? But she'll
Yes.
be on in November, so we can tune in
I'm
for
gonna be
that.
looking forward to it. I'm gonna be right all in those comments. Trust
So
me.
let me read a question if I can find one. So someone just texted me and they said, what do you consider ooh, this is good. Self-pity as a shadow.
Okay, well, that's all about harming yourself. You know what I said? I said I wish that, and I was actually joking. If spirit would really let everybody hear how we talk to ourselves, we would look at a lot of people crazy. Because
Yeah.
here's the thing, we wear ourselves out.
And don't even know it.
And don't even, I mean, how many times a day you call yourself stupid? You mess up something, and see, then you it's that credit, and that credit will have you in situationships, in relationships that you ain't supposed to be in. It
Yeah.
will also have you overeating.
Mm-hmm.
Most of us don't even know what a regular hunger cramp is. We don't. We're not familiar with it because we're so used to eating to cope or eating to protect. You
Yeah.
got some ladies who have actually been sexually molested, and the way that they cope is that they started eating food because they believe that their beauty got them touched. And
Yeah.
so the great thing that God means, and here's the thing: say, for instance, your beauty was to take you, you were supposed to be in pageants, and the world was supposed to know your beautiful face. But
Mm-hmm.
if your beauty is attached to your stepfather sexually molesting you, you're going to do everything to harm your skin. You're going to do everything to harm your body. You're not going to do anything that's going to uplift. Why? Because you're going to think, if I do this or if I walk in this, somebody else is going to touch me. So
Exactly.
it's deep.
It
So
really is.
self-pity, and then who does it benefit? You know, when you're in it, who does it benefit? It's another way to sabotage something. And see, when you have all these different things lined up, It's no way. First of all, you're not flowing in your authentic self. Thank God that we are all unique. There's no other person on this earth like you, which I'm definitely, because the world couldn't take two of me. I already know that. But at the end of the day, it's like this. If you're not flowing in your authentic self, you're not in your power, and there's no way you're living out your purpose. It can't happen.
It can't. Also, I think with that, self-pity is also having a victim mentality.
Oh,
and
yeah.
once again, that goes back to trauma. And if we're used to being a victim of, you can name all the traumas, you do not do the inner work or the shadow work.
Yes.
You carry that on into adulthood, and then you like you said, set yourself up in certain situations. Self-sabotage. We can control ourselves.
And you know what? The sad part about that, it can really put you in a position close to death. Why? Because when you're in that mindset, you become a doormat. So you let people abuse you. And so your mind say, well, I'm just going to accept a little bit more because maybe I am what he said I am, what she said I am. So it's all about that self-punishment.
It sure is.
High levels of that.
That's unfortunate. It really, that goes to having a lack of boundaries as well. Same thing. Oh, Derek is on here. He's waving hello.
Hey, Derek. Grateful to connect.
Yeah, Derek did this.
So, the question I get all the time,
yes,
is that how do you know your purpose? And for a long time, I struggled with this because I'm just going to be brutally honest with you. I never really wanted to accept the way that God used me. Yeah. Because I was in a place in my life, it was just like so many beautiful things, which they happen now. Beautiful, miraculous, random things would happen to me all the time. And I could just hear certain people say, her again. And so there was a part of me that did not want to accept this.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know what? And then I got an aha moment. I was just like, well, I never really had a problem with who I was called to be. Everybody else did. So I said, I'm not making no more adjustments. They don't like my shine. They need to put on shades because I'm not dimming my light no more. Sorry, I'm going to let them make the adjustments. And so once I started doing that and fully walking in that, and I started asking, okay, because see, a lot of us think our spiritual purpose, because there's two different purposes. There's purposes where you're going to, kind of interact with the world to change the world. And that can look like a talent or a gift or something like that.
Yeah.
My spiritual purposes has nothing to do with material. It's all inside.
Girl, you gonna make me run across this condo. Don't you do it. I gotta stay on.
We confuse the two. And so it's that thing where when everybody else is hating and everybody looking at you to go with it, you say no and say something the opposite. And now they got an issue with you because you want to stand apart. See, for me, I'm not gonna lie, if you look at my record, I got enough on it. God has cleared some. I don't have time to go with the masses. I'm gonna go over here and create me a lane and do what I need to do over there. I don't have time to check for approval for them and they. I've never met them and they. I'm still trying to figure out who them and they are because everybody gives them so much praise. They always in everybody's mouth. And I still haven't. Matter of fact, they're billionaires. But see, that's a way that we use them and they so that we can sabotage stuff or not walk fully in our purpose or give ourselves an excuse not to walk. Well, they say, and every time one of my clients say they, I'll be like, bring me they. And our next session, I want you to bring they in alive or at your house. Let me meet them. But see, that's really a little girl in you that's saying, see, instead of you saying, I'm really scared because I don't understand the unknown, we'll say them and they. No, we're going to move them and they out the way because they're not real.
They're really not.
You know?
And once again, that goes back to self-validation. And it's a shame how some people see it in you and we don't even see it in our... Oh, let me tell you a story. So a while ago, maybe about 8 years ago or so, I was flying to Jamaica, right? By myself. So I had my hair up, my locks up, and it was looking nice. So it was crowded in the concourse. So now we're boarded on the plane. And so the sister sits next to me, and we were sitting in each other's seats. And we were looking in at each other's hair. But by that time, I had took my locks down. So now they're hanging like beautiful, like they are right now. And so she said, so we were talking about each other's hair, our locks. And then I said, well, I just put mine down, took them down. And she said, oh, I know. I said, well, how do you know? She said, I saw you walking from the beginning of the concourse because we were traveling away, overseas. I saw you walking from the beginning of the concourse all the way to the end. And she's like, I'm not surprised that we happen to sit next to each other. And I said, but it was so crowded there. She said, when you were walking through, there was an aura and I saw the God in you. I didn't see that. Why does it have to be a stranger? We're flying to Jamaica. And then like my girlfriend Nicole is on here. She even said that she introduced me to my life coach. And she had said, you don't know how powerful you can be, Ursula.
Exactly.
But if you don't know, you don't know. I mean, I'm not like that anymore, but it's just a shame when people can see strangers and people who do know you.
Well, you know what? Let's change the word, because words are very powerful.
Right.
It's not that you don't know. It's just it's a fear in you to accept it.
Ooh. Ouch.
Remember when I said Sunday? Remember when I said you powerful as hell? You powerful. But you scared to walk in it. Why? Because people gonna say, you think you all that. No, actually the conversation you had in your head told you I was all that, and I just validated it. And it's okay. You know why? Because you all that too.
Absolutely.
Stop being afraid to walk in your power. Stop dimming your light because everybody else is not comfortable with it.
That's right.
Spirit will tell us to go in the office and say something to our boss, and we won't do it because we scared.
Been there. And
this, the sad part about it is, it's like sometimes we actually make man more powerful than spirit. No. Just like everybody's tripping off this whole election. Y'all in the wrong world. You focusing on the wrong thing. Stop letting these natural eyes control you and focus on your spiritual eye. Because what you'll find out, if you stay tuned to your spiritual eye, you'll understand that God has set everything in place for a purpose.
They go back to that word, purpose. There's that word again, purpose. I love.
Wait. Find out what you called to do.
Exactly. Look, like Derek said, I knew you two would click. LOL.
Yes, sir.
And the funny thing is, I told Latanya when we looked at each other on FaceTime, like, you look like you could be a cousin or something.
I think we are. I'm not, I think we are.
Well, you do say you have Haitian in you, so
yes, I do.
Panamanians, Haitian, you never know.
We all family. We are all one big, we are all together. So here's the thing. When you understand your purpose, and this is when I really started understanding what I do. Saying thank you never feels like it's enough.
Gratitude.
And I get frustrated sometimes because the hour, 2 hour meditation that I give to say thank you just don't feel like it's matching up to what he allows me to do in the lives of women. I just be like, can you give me something else that's gonna make me feel like you hear me saying thank you? I got the best job on the planet.
You do. I see myself doing that too. I see it.
Oh, it's done. It's done.
It is.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, every level that you elevate to, there's gonna be another teacher. Every level that I went to, all of my teachers, all of my spirit teachers are outside the United States. They're not in the United States.
Really?
But here's the thing. I had to face some fears and go outside the country.
Wow.
So now every time I do, here come my next teacher who is going to elevate me to and I'm gonna tell you something. When I tell you it's so serious, it's almost like them saying, put your hand in front of your face and see through it.
Explain that.
Act like it's not even there. And so when they come to me, I just be like for instance, my teacher that I'm with now, he's in Indonesia. He said, you have got to learn, and it's just so funny because half the stuff I don't understand what he's saying, but when I take notes, I get it. He said, you got to understand that your physical body is in this world, but your spirit is on different plateaus. And the more you go in where you win, is the more you have access to actually see through your third eye those levels.
Yes, ma'am.
And so then that's when certain things start. Because see, here's the other thing. Most of the time, because we get so consumed, because we forget that we're spiritual beings having a human experience, not the other way around. We get so caught up on this tangible stuff, and all of it's fake.
It is.
All of it. And the only thing that's going to be eternal is the things that's inside of you. That's why shadow work is so important. Why?
Absolutely.
So that your spirit can be free. Because your spirit is attached to other people that's going to need a step, that's going to need a shoulder, that's going to need a hug, that's going to need a word.
Yes,
but if you got stuff going on with you wrestling, and the only time spirit can talk to you is when you sleep, you're not walking in your purpose. And purpose has nothing to do with material. Nothing.
So look, I have another question. Someone wanted to know, what does it mean when you do shadow work, when you refuse to be helped or sacrifice yourself? What does that mean?
Oh my God. I used to have, I'll give an example of myself. And I'm not going to really, because of course, social media has a way of putting stuff out there. So I'm going to be very careful with words I choose.
Please do.
But I remember when spirit was trying to elevate me far as money. And I had to see money as energy and not as a piece of paper. And I was so fearful to make a certain amount of money a month, because guess what? I didn't have anybody in my family who did. And so what I will make a month, they will make probably like in 3 months. And it scared me, because what I started doing, when certain deals would come, I would self-sabotage them. Let me tell you why.
That was my question. Why would you do that? Why did you do that?
Let me tell you why. Because at that time, my spiritual mind only knew how to complain about not having. What would it be like to wake up and you ain't got to complain about nothing because everything taken care of? Do you know how scary that is for people?
I see.
You can't even complain about nothing because everything is handled. So my mindset, my spiritual mind had to grow with my spiritual wealth.
Oh,
And
my
then
God.
you get to play on certain, you get to play with certain people. And so I remember when I went to my first, and I'm not going to say where it is, but let me just say everybody in that arena was either like 3 or 4 up to 7 millionaire generation of millionaires.
Wow.
And so I could hear the inner critics say, "Oh, they're going to look at you like, why you here?" And and spirit was like, "Excuse me, this is where you belong. Get comfortable with this."
That's it. Have a seat,
And then
man.
more doors start opening, and then my new friends. There's conversations that I don't even like. There's conversations that you don't even have when you flow on a different realm. You can't be like you don't look down at people, but that level of thinking and vibrating, it no longer serves you. Certain things you can't consume on TV. Certain things you can't even be a part of. If you're a part of hate, and that's as simple as leaving a hateful comment on Facebook.
Right.
As soon as you do that, you just lowered yourself to the person you're talking about. And so now y'all both vibrating the same level.
Oh my God.
So I be telling people, be mindful of the posts you put up. Everybody got all this hateful stuff to say about Trump. Be careful. Be careful. Because here's the thing. As soon as you put out that, it's going to come back to you. And if it don't come back to you, it's going to come back to your kids. The ones that's not born yet.
Derek said the same thing yesterday.
I know he was in the pocket. As much as I wanted to go in, I couldn't. But at the end of the day, and see, here's the other thing. We got to be very mindful what we speak out our mouths, because as soon as it leaves, it take on arms and legs in the body. So if you don't want it to manifest in the physical world, don't say it.
That's right.
Because you can't take it back.
No, ma'am.
Karma loves coming to collect its wages. So hate is, and it's so sad because I have actually literally seen hate make people have a heart attack, make people have a stroke, make people get cancer. Hate is serious. Hate
it really is.
And you do not walk in your power hating. I'm sorry, it don't work.
So speaking of that, say the individual has done the shadow work, has gone to therapy, worked on their inner self, practicing self-love and validation and positive affirmations, and they're ready to walk in their power and in their purpose. What does that look like?
This is where, see, here's the other thing. This is something that I really did not open up. You have to work on trust. Because if you can't trust those you can see, there's no way you can trust spirit when spirit tells you to go. See, here's the thing. Spirit has a way of telling you to do random stuff.
Right.
And what you'll do is you'll self-sabotage it and think it's your own mind and be like, no, I'm not doing that. They're going to look at me like I'm crazy. So it's really all about you going back, trusting within your, see what we do. Some of us has learned how to drown out our intuition. And that's actually your divine protection to where God's trying to take you. And so when you get an unction or when something, in you nudges you, pay attention to it.
Trigger.
It's either that, it's either trying to protect you from something or trying to force you to grow, get outside of the norm. We like comfort. We like routine. Right. So when you walking in your purpose, spirit can switch up something with the blink of an eye, and you got to be ready. So that's really all about what is your, because we have a relationship with trust. What is your relationship with trust? Has it been violated? Do you flow on the world cycle when it comes to trust? When somebody come against me, that's it. I ain't trusting them no more. You can't find love like that.
No, not at all.
Kindness, compassion, love, those things can't flow to you if you're not trusting.
Mm-hmm.
It's about, do you trust yourself? You've done all this and you'll know it, because see, here's the thing. Spirit is not going to allow you to elevate to that with all that you know, the work that you put in, and not send the teacher to help elevate you to the next level. It's not going to happen.
Right.
You want to convert back to what you used to.
Because it's comfortable. It's that warm, ratty, holy blanket again.
Which does not cause you to grow in no area. And see, let me tell you where a lot of us fall. A lot of us fall when Spirit says, okay, that's your teacher, make the investment. Like, now all of a sudden, your money's short. Or now all of a sudden, I don't really know if you're the right teacher. Or it's, I'm not sure if I can make that commitment. Okay. This is the other thing that I see people. This is the other thing that I see a lot of people do. What? Just think about all the money that you spent on emotional eating. Just think about all the, especially since COVID. Think about all the Amazon online purchases that you made that you don't need.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna tell you, as far as the human side, a lot of us get caught up of taking care of the outside and hiding the inside. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, in these next 3 months, you can't hide shadow work no more. It's been exposed right now. So you might as well just go ahead and admit to yourself. Sometimes you got to sit down and write down all the ugly stuff that you don't like about yourself.
That's it.
Because you can even do it voluntary or involuntary. Take your pick. See, I'm going to do mine voluntary. Because
So look, let me ask you a question. Somebody just texted me and they said, well, what are the benefits of walking in power, in your own power?
You want for nothing. You want for nothing. No anxiety, no depression, no confusion. You walk around in bliss.
Yes.
You
joy
see things that regular people don't see. When you need Spirit to come through for somebody in your family, it's there because of the commitment to you walking in this. I know my family got favor because I chose to stand in this. Now, I do take hits. Don't get me wrong. This is not an easy road.
It isn't.
But what I do know is that when I go before Spirit and petition, I know my prayers are heard and answered. That's what I know. And guess what? There's not an amount of money on this earth that can pay for that. So I don't care about none of this other stuff. None of this material stuff means nothing to me.
Right.
But to be able to have access to never having to worry, you can give me that.
I love it. So let me ask you this. What does walking in power, what does it look like in a relationship, like a romantic relationship?
You date you.
How would they do that?
So being in power with the person that you're supposed to be in power with, there's just certain things that y'all not gonna argue about. There's just certain things that, and you're always going to soar, both of you.
Soar.
S-O-A-R. Soar. The elevation is going to always be there. And I'm going to tell you right now, because I do work with couples, and most of them spend time really crying together. You know why?
Why?
Because they can't believe that they get to experience this type of paradise on earth.
Wow.
I mean, just think about that. To actually know that Spirit got your back, like I don't care nobody else on the planet, Spirit got your back. But then he sent a human being that you can touch.
Mm.
And you know they will go all out. Like you ain't even got there's no doubt there. Do you understand walking in that assurance? Do you understand the illumination that's going to come off your body just knowing?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you know, faith and belief gives you the option to do something different. But when you know, you don't even discuss it. That's like me sitting here having a conversation, going back and forth with you, saying your name not Ursula. You ain't going to waste no energy on that.
Exactly.
So when you walk in that assurance that you have your love partner in your life, that assurance is priceless. It has nothing to do with on the outside. And you want to talk about your two souls meshing together? That's what love is.
So I have another question. What does walking in power look like in your career?
Oh my God.
Because I can give you my example, but I'll let you go first, sis.
Here's what I would say. I can answer that on two different levels.
Give me one.
And it really depends on, because see, I have a different mindset when it comes to that because I've been an entrepreneur since I was 19. I'm 49 now. So I don't even look at what society have lined up to say a career. I no, my purpose is my job. I don't know nothing else. And so to walk in that, it's a daily, like I have to trust spirit every day for the whatever clients show up. Like I don't have a routine. I have to trust you sent this person and you're going to give me what they need. Now, I personally believe that we are all created with that same thing. I feel like even if you have a job, it's for you to get certain things, but actually branch off to walk in your purpose. It's that wealth, your ownership and wealth is inside you.
Yes, ma'am.
Being does not control your wealth. And we got it so confused. Just like when this whole economy shifted. I went somewhere fearful. I was saying thank you because you get ready to show. Oh my goodness. You get ready to show off. Yeah. So I didn't like I'm not somewhere running scared. I'm like, oh my God, the miraculous flow that you're about to pull out is going to be amazing. And I'm here open to receive it.
That's it.
When you say career, see, my whole mindset plays on the spiritual realm most of the time. I'm not a part of society. All that, and see, society is made up like this. Anything that God meant this way, society goes the other way. For example, water should be free. We should not be paying for water. But here's the other thing that a lot of people don't know. There are certain wells, lakes, that's basically spiritual drinking water that is free. That you go to and they got two of them here in Georgia.
They?
Anything that God meant one way, society gonna turn it. So just look at everything that you see, and you can see the spiritual side of something and the world side.
So I'm glad you said that. So with the world side, I'll give the worldly side of it. First of all, my life coach, she said, Ursula, you're on a new path now. Have the mind that you are an entrepreneur. You just happen to have a full-time job.
Oh, yeah.
But your purpose is right here. But okay, 9 to 5, you got to do that to keep a roof over your head. But you are an entrepreneur. So that goes for me or anybody else who says that. But before I had my spiritual enlightenment, where I'm employed now, it was intimidating at first. At first, it sure was. I'm gonna be honest. But as I started doing the inner work, the shadow work, I'm unwavering.
Mm.
I'm steadfast. I don't play small. I do not I'm not allowed to be manipulated. I cannot.
Exactly. Which
The
most
gas.
likely means you're going to be transitioned out there. I'm gonna tell you that now because there will be no use for you. You're gonna become a threat from the higher. Yeah,
You're gonna make me run across this
I'm
room.
just saying
Do
that's
you
what
feel these chill bumps on my arm, girl?
woman, you're gonna exit right out there because just your aura is going to challenge people.
And you know what, sis, you're right. Because I cannot be looked in my eyes.
Of course, too piercing.
They will not look straight in my eyes.
Especially if the person is up to no good, they try to be manipulative or deceitful. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. So there's not gonna be no. Yeah, you gonna exit right on out. Watch your exit plan is coming. I'm gonna tell you that now.
Remind me to tell you something offline because you are reading it. Yes. So let me ask you another question because I just adore your ass so much. We just got right into it. If you can just briefly tell us what made you want to become an unorthodox healer?
Well, I'm gonna sum it up. I'm a child of 8. I'm the middle child,
Are
and
you?
I never fit. I was always the strange one. I was always the black sheep. Just because my siblings wanted to do it that way, I'm gonna do it this way. Now, to parents that look rebellious. So I was the child that got a lot of spankings. That's okay, because I still did what I did. And then actually it worked out for me as an entrepreneur, because I'm a hell of a risk taker. But you can then get to a point where spirit will speak to you so much, you can no longer run from it. I don't want to be tormented. I want to be at peace. And so a lot of your purpose has everything to do with you saying yes. You know why? Because you have so many people attached to you.
Right.
You have people's, their word, their business, their help, their book, their spouse in your mouth. And so I just got tired of the dreams. I got tired of trying to figure out, the spirit showed me that when I was asleep or I awake. I said, you know what? I'm not running for this no more. I'm walking in it.
Girl, yes. That was.
As soon as I did that, he said, go to Athens, Greece. Now, mind you, I didn't want to go to Athens, Greece because I had took a trip to Vegas, and that's a 4-hour flight. Right. And I had a panic attack on a 4-hour flight. Well, Greece is 22 hours. So, honey, my ego was like, that ain't God. God ain't telling you to do that. Girl, please. You don't speak the language. God said, go and I'm going to show you. And honey, oh my God. When I went, he showed me.
Did he?
And every year he does that. Every year. And 9 times out of 10, my spirit teacher for the next plateau is where I'm supposed to go. And so I like inner peace. I don't like when stuff is uneasy and I'm worried. I like inner peace. And so I had to say yes. And here's the other thing. When you go into places and you can hear the wailing and the screaming of women who are being tormented in your mind, and you in a grocery store, I'm like, you know what? I'm done. Like, I'm no longer going to run from that. Who you want me to walk up to? Where's she at?
And that's how it was last Sunday. I'm going to tell you something. I have never received a Facebook notification, someone is on live, and then it popped up, Latanya Tibbs live. And then, look, I'm in bed. see what Latanya talking about. Derek said we would get along. Let me see.
And I was minding my business by my pool, and I did not want to get online. And Spirit was like, "There ain't about what you can get online."
Yeah, you were just being so cute and calm and drinking your smoothie. I'm like, okay.
Sun gazing, minding my own business. And then he said, "Go in the house." I was like, "Okay, it's about to be over." Already
And when I saw in the house, I was like, that's what going on. Let me see what she's talking about. And I'm gonna tell you this. It's just when you were talking, I'm not gonna lie, I was crying, not out of fear, scared, lack. It was more of abundance. Like, I hear you. And I had told Derek before, I had inboxed him, and I said, I don't remember her. And I'm good with faces. And I wasn't supposed to, I just wasn't ready at that time. But I heard every single word you said.
Yeah, along with the other 5 women that popped in my inbox. It always happens that way.
And what did I tell you?
About trusting.
Exactly. And I trusted what you were saying. Even though I'm always I'm always going to do my research. But I was like, well, it's not going to hurt. But the tears were just coming down because it was out of joy. Like, this sister. And you know what? It was authentic.
Oh.
It was
what? The only reason why it's authentic is because I've actually really dedicated my life to meditation is food for me.
Yes,
and it has to happen. Well, I'm up to 4 hours a day, but my teacher last year, he told me, no, you need to be like meditating from like 5 a.m. to like noon.
What?
I will get to like the 3rd hour and fall asleep. So I haven't mastered that yet. So, but yeah.
Amazing. Can you imagine all the, as you say, the yumminess and deliciousness that God is telling you through that in the spirit?
It's another realm. It's another realm. And I'm not going to lie. I want to play in that realm. I do. Because see, here's the thing. I know what it's like to be tormented. I know what it's like to be confused. I know what it's like to be told by the church this, that, and the other. And you sitting there like, I did that. I tried that. It didn't work. Like, I know what that's like. I know what it's like to want to just end it. Because everything that God give you, people see it as crazy. Oh, I've been called everything. Woo, woo, witch. And guess what? Thank you for that title. Because that's another title I can actually use for that group of people that I'm going to have to talk to. Thank you.
Man, I wish we lived closer because we're going to start wrapping it. I can't believe an hour went by like that.
It always does.
You know what that means, right?
Oh, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. This is too juicy. This is too juicy.
Yeah, and people need to hear it. I need to hear it. So, I wish we lived closer because when you did that live and I saw the room that you had.
Oh, yeah, I'm sitting in it right now.
I swear to God.
Well, see, this is when you love yourself enough to say, guess what? I could drive an hour away. Yeah.
Okay.
I ain't but an hour away.
I hear you.
And I'm in Atlanta all the time. So that ain't nothing to me.
I hear you.
Let me say this why Spirit is revealing it to me. I don't know who this is for, but the ladies, stop self-sabotaging your power. You already know the relationship you're in is not healthy. You don't need no more confirmation. Stop. Because here's the other thing. If you do not get out of it, you may not be here in 2021. I don't know who that's for, but start creating an exit plan. It's life or death.
Wow.
It's life or death. And so you were called for such a time as this. You are called to women in domestic violence situations. Get out and do not go back.
And for the ladies, may I interject? Just know, or in the gentleman, whoever is on here, domestic violence isn't always physical.
Yes.
Do know emotional abuse is also domestic violence. Narcissistic abuse is also domestic violence. Mental abuse, you know,
Yes.
it's all under that umbrella. So don't think that because you're not walking around with glasses with a black eye that you're not in that situation.
Your soul can have a black eye. And that's hard to get rid of. Trust me when I tell you, that's hard to get rid of. And here's the thing: verbal or mental emotional abuse is worse than physical, because the physical body heals.
Yeah.
But that inner, oh my God, I work with women. Sometimes my home becomes escape place. My home is an exit for some. Here's the other thing: walk in your power, because the way that the world shift, guys, and I've been trying to warn people since like August. It's going to like himself walking amongst the planet. And if you don't know how to go within and get quiet, you're going to lose your mind. You're going to lose your mind. So pay attention. Pay attention. Go within to get your answers. Stop TV to give you your answers. Go within. Sit still. If you want to know the truth about these, sit still and say, Spirit, show me. God, show me. Now, you ain't going to like what you're going to see. You're going to get the 411, and you're going to understand it's in the wrong place.
That's true.
Then, most of the answers from outside are temporarily and they don't work. Go within. When you go within, I guarantee you, when it reveals that truth to you, you're going to crave more. You're going to crave it. Yes, your soul going to start crying out. Like, I got this. I got to have more. You can actually be that person that stands in the gap for your family. Your family. But the only way you can stand in the gap for your family is that you got to be walking in your authentic power.
That's it.
So
that
do the shadow work, guys. Do the shadow work. I love you.
Okay, you're frozen. It'll come up soon. But while, can you hear me, sis?
I can hear you and see you. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Yeah. Do whatever you think you need to do. But somebody just got that word, and somebody's just got snatched out the pit of hell. So free, do whatever you want to do. I don't even care. I told you it was going to happen. I told you. It never fails.
You did say that at the beginning. You did say
That's why
that.
I got my incense, my crystals right here on my computer. It never fails. It's okay, though. It's the norm.
It is
Facebook
all right.
don't never love anything that's going to help somebody edify. They only like negative stuff that kill people. So, whatever.
Well, guess what? They can hear me. So I am going to say, whoever can hear my voice and whoever can hear my beloved sister's voice, walk in power. God did not put us on this earth just to, like you said before, just eating crumbs and giving crumbs. He made all of us perfect.
Yes.
And walking in your power is sexy. It's beautiful. It's authentic. It's delicious. But it really is, so don't turn your back on God, because the only reason I'm saying God, because that's who I related to, but whoever you look at as your higher power, your higher being, it's no excuse. We're not put here just to be mediocre. Once again, look, my roommate, Keisha, my roommate from college, she said, "You're hilarious."
Woo!
So
I'll take that.
yeah, So we're gonna wrap it up now. This was so awesome, and I felt it deep. I'm so glad that my phone had a notification that you were doing a live. Other
That's
than that,
our way of tapping. Hey, I got something for you. Gone on live.
yeah.
You gotta smooch us a little bit sometime. Start, doing something that randomly do. But that's how
Right.
powerful. That's how powerful spirit is. He'll whisper your name to people in another country, and you get there, and you meet, and they tell you everything about your life.
It is. So before we get off, I want people to definitely visit your website. If you can tell people briefly, like your website, and I'm going to post everything in the show notes so everybody can go back and refer and what you do. I described it, but you can talk about what you do better than me.
Okay, so I actually work as basically a wellness coach, but I do all energy work. I do inner child healing. I do shadow work. I do detox dating. I do soul ties detoxing. Specialize in all natural product line called Smart Self Care Products. So that's everything holistic for the womb. I'm someone who has practiced being an herbalist for a very long time. So I don't believe in the regular doctor stuff. I believe in holistic everything. So I do have a private studio in my home where I do all inner work for young teenagers and women. And I have, like I said, I have a product line. Y'all can go over to Heal My Vagina, yes, vagina.com, which is your soul. So that's what I love to do. Of course, I do speaking engagements. I do girl nights out. All my stuff is mobile, so I can set up in a church, a college, a house, a hotel. It don't matter. I can bring healing to you.
So for everyone, most of my listeners are here in Georgia. So you all, just to let you know, this sister is in Columbus, Georgia.
yes,
So she's not far from us. I know COVID is just a little hiccup, but you know what? We're gonna get over it. We're gonna make this happen. I love it. But can you describe to everybody what your healing room looks like briefly?
Oh, I can show you guys I can show
do it.
So I'm actually sitting here.
And describe it, because remember, this is going to be on the podcast also.
Okay, so I'm sitting in my healing room. I have an altar. That's where I do most of my praying and different things like that. These are, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm gonna try to. That's an actual V-steam chair.
There it is. Can you explain to everyone what a V-steam is?
Okay, so wait a minute. Matter of fact, can I do it this way or can I? Okay, let me see. So a V-steam is where you take different herbs. I do a meditation and an intake for my clients before they come see me, and I blend up certain herbs based on what I feel they need. I have like about 10 different blends for different reasons. So most of my popular ones is the spiritual detoxing and the soul tie from relationships. And so what I do, and I can show you, that's my little travel herb closet.
Yes, ma'am.
My herb case. So I blend, and what you basically do is you sit on the pot. This is one of the chairs. Herbs go down in the pot, and you sit here for about an hour. And I do a mini healing session before and also after. So anything can happen. Sometimes childhood trauma comes up. Sometimes women, put it this way, the soul tie is definitely cleansed. Thank God for that. But here's the other thing. When it's cleansed, the person who you just broke away from can feel it. There's a sever. They feel it. like something is missing, and you ain't heard from this person in 30 years, and all of a sudden they call you out the blue or text you out the blue or get in touch with you some way out the blue and say, some reason you heavy on my mind. Yeah, that's because you just deleted them out your system. Because yes, sisters, men do get in your system controlled. So I do that.
Are you sitting on one now? I'm just curious.
No, I'm not. I'm actually dressed to go to a birthday party. So, actually, to be honest, I've actually done Facebook Lives with me sitting on the pot. I have. I do it all the time. But
so people
who weekly
who live here in Atlanta, if anyone's been to Jeju, it's the same concept. And right, and there's a Black-owned business right here who I'm talking to, and you're comparable to Honey Pot.
Exactly.
Both Black-owned. So we're gonna end right now. God bless you. I think you are so adorable. You're just the best.
We're gonna have to talk to myself. I'm pretty sure this is not the last time I'm gonna see you.
It sure is not.
So posted when that exit plan happened, because it's coming.
Yeah, we're gonna talk offline about that, and I need to. So, like I said, we're gonna put your information in the show notes, and anybody can get in touch with you. Just go on my page or my Instagram. It's all gonna be there. But I just want to say that the Spirit of God in me sees the Spirit of God in you.
Yes. We're connected forever now.
Yes, ma'am. So you all, thank you for sitting in on this beautiful, informative hour of Black girls getting their shift together. Oh, just to let you know, once again, merch is coming out with the t-shirt line and a couple of other goodies. And you know what? I want to give a special shout out to my hair tonight. My hair looks good. This is the first time I had my hair done since COVID. I got color.
Hello. I know what that's like.
Anybody who knows Yolanda Sterling, tag her on this, because she needs
to
see great.
Right out there.
This hair is just everything. Anyways, I love you.
I love you too.
Take care. Thank you, everybody. And make sure and share the video, everyone. Share the video. The engagement is what helps us podcasters.
Yes.
Now I'm done. Take care, everybody.